The New Jersey Devils wrapped up their four-game homestand this Saturday, March the 12th, against the Anaheim Ducks in what turned out to be a gutsy 2-1 win in a shootout. And, while we expected this game's storyline to be Jack Hughes versus Trevor Zegras, the two former U.S. Development Program teammates, what we got instead was a defensive masterclass of a game. New Jersey native goaltender for Anaheim, Anthony Stolarz, had an excellent performance, as well as Nico Daws for the New Jersey Devils. They shine in this high-energy affair. The Devils came off to a flying start. They got 9 shots off in just 10 minutes of that first period, but it was the Ducks who struck first, and it was against the run of play off the stick of their leading scorer, Troy Terry, an absolute howitzer from the top of the circle. It was his 29th goal of the year, and after this moment, the tide started to turn a bit. Terry made his mark, and the Ducks were easing their way back into the game, but only as far as the end of the first period, as once the second period started, the Devils hit the ground running again. They got a goal from Tomas Tatar, the assist from Jesper Boqvist, a nice nifty little play in front of the net just 2 minutes into that period. And the Devils really took control in the second. They were granted 2 power plays late, but as it has been all year, their special team struggled. They did not register a single shot over those 2 back-to-back man advantages. And at this point, the Devils took their foot off the gas a little bit. Anaheim, rejuvenated by the 2 quality penalty kills, they started to ease their way back into the game. The Devils, not great in transition, 16 giveaways, not great in the circle, only 40%. There's stuff to improve on for New Jersey. But into the third period, it was a tight affair. Anaheim outshot the Devils, the only period in which they outshot New Jersey, 15-11. Including 5 shots over 2 power plays that Nico Daws had to stand up really big in. Speaking of Daws, absolutely solid all game. Made a plethora of really difficult saves look quite easy. He extends his record to 6-4 over 12 games played on the season, this being his 7th consecutive start. He's been carrying a heavy load in the absence of Mackenzie Blackwood and Jonathan Bernier to injury. He spoke highly of his teammates' performance as well after the game, saying that it was a statement game for us, being able to battle back from an early goal and play a good 200-foot hockey game for over 60 minutes. Coach Lindy Ruff extended this, saying that the way that his team played over the final 40 minutes of regulation is how you win a game, even though they were outshot in that third period. And he has a great point. The Devils' defense was also very impressive in this game. Jonas Siegenthaler was constantly breaking up plays, and I'm not only talking about the 2 penalty kills in which they looked pretty good despite giving up those 5 shots. They also were making it really hard for Anaheim to get into any sort of rhythm every time they entered the zone. Anaheim did have some quality chances, but none that really looked dangerous, and a lot of credit goes to not only Daws, but the Devils' defense as a whole. Nonetheless, the Devils' offense still looked like they could have been quite potent. They picked up 40 shots, and especially when superstar Jack Hughes was on the ice. Although he didn't pick up a point for his first time in 4 games, he was all over the ice creating plays, and the arena felt such a positive energy whenever his line was on the ice and whenever he had the puck. I don't think the arena at the Rock has ever felt like that since Taylor Hall was a Devil. In overtime, both sides traded chances, and the Devils even had a 45-second delayed penalty that turned into about a minute of a 4-on-3 power play. But again, they couldn't convert on the power play. Stolarz stood so strong in goal throughout, and that brought the game to the shootout. The Devils were able to score twice in both the opening frames. Tomas Tatar again, and Jesper Bratt, both with beautiful moves. And Daws held strong on attempts from Zegras and Terry. The Devils go 3-1 on this 4-game homestand. They pick up the win against the Ducks in the shootout, and they've been playing some of their best hockey all season long this past week. But not before they head out to Western Canada for matches against Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton next week. Always a tough place to play. Filling in at the Rock for Samantha Bohr for WFUV Sports, I'm James Birle.